All right, man, I'm here. Let's go.
Hold on. Before we go, let's explain to those watching what the excitement is all about.
Yes, we're in a hurry, or I'm in a hurry and excited because we have been invited by Honda to attend the 2019 F1 Etihad Airways Abu Dhabi Grand Prix.
And to get there, we'll be driving the fastest, most powerful Civic you can buy today.
Yes, it's the Honda Civic RS.
On the way, we'll be reviewing the Civic RS, but also telling you more about Honda and its relationship with Formula One.
Some useful information on the way.
Let's go.
So, let's go. Zaran, now that we're on the way to Abu Dhabi, I want to ask you something. So the Civic RS looks a lot like a full option regular Civic, but when I see one on the road, I directly know it's an RS. Do you know how?
There is an RS badge on the back.
Funny. Yeah, that's one way, but how else?
There's that big spoiler sticking out the back.
Yes, that's what I'm talking about. And if you look closely, you can notice that the Civic RS comes fitted with dual exhausts. I just wish Honda made them more prominent though, like they're hidden underneath the car, maybe give them some chrome tips or make them stick out of the rear bumper or something. But still, it's something you can do to the Civic RS once you buy one.
So now that you know what's different with the Civic RS getting a spoiler and a dual exhaust system, let's talk about why they're there.
I know most of you think putting a spoiler on a front-wheel drive car is just for show. It does add to the sportier look of the RS, but it does do two things. First of all, it adds stability on highway speeds, and it also adds some downforce on the rear wheels so you can take corners a little bit faster.
As for the dual exhaust system increases the amount of airflow through the system, reducing back pressure and increasing horsepower.
You know, Zaran, there's something that have always bugged me.
Which is?
People, when they see the badge Honda or hear the word Honda, they think of reliable, practical, family cars they use every day, but they never think or connect this word with exciting.
Yep, that's true. And it's sad actually because Honda has a very rich history when it comes to motorsports.
True. And this is a part of our trip. We're going to the Formula One and Honda's participating. You see, the founder of the company, Mr. Soichiro Honda, who started his early life as a mechanic, tuning cars to enter them into racing and motorsports, managed to build a company that started as 12 people in a small shack to become the biggest manufacturer of motorcycles in 1964.
In fact, Mr. Soichiro's passion for racing has led Honda on to winning over 100 victories in MotoGP and over 70 wins in Formula One, with the latest being at the 2019 Brazilian Grand Prix.
Wow. And because of this passion for racing and the achievements they've gathered throughout the years, Honda managed to produce some of the most iconic sports cars in history. We're talking the Honda NSX, Honda S2000, and various Type R models.
Yeah, in fact, I think the knowledge that they've gathered from motorsports has even trickled down into the Civic RS we're sitting in right now. Did you know, in fact, the Honda Civic was launched as a hatchback, a sedan, and a station wagon since its introduction in 1972?
A station wagon? Wow, I didn't know that. Let's talk more about the Civic RS though.
180 horsepower and 220 Newton meters of torque is what the 1.5-litre turbocharged petrol engine produces.
And that's 57 more horsepower and 69 more Newton meters of torque that comes from your standard Civic. And keep in mind, this is from a smaller engine.
If you're wondering how the smaller engine in the Civic RS makes more power than the bigger engine in the standard Civic, that's because of a turbo. A simple component that started out in motorsports and has trickled its way down into everyday cars.
And it works very simply. It pushes more air into the engine, which means you get more horsepower and more torque while using less fuel. And that's why we don't need bigger engines.
Speaking of other components that started out in Formula One and can be found in the Civic RS, we've got paddle shifters and a flat underbody shield.
Paddle shifters, you see, they started in motorsports to minimize the time for gear changes while driving the car in races. Basically, very simple again, instead of moving your hand from the steering wheel to the gear knob, you shift, move it back again, you just press the pedal, and voila, shift happens. Just like in the Civic RS. Downshift twice, upshift twice. Done. As for that underbody shield, basically it increases the aerodynamic of the air passing underneath the car, which gives you more stability, less wind resistance, and guess what? It improves fuel economy as well.
Finally, we're here!
Let's watch some races.
Exciting day at the F1, huh?
Wow, amazing, awesome experience. There's nothing like being in the stands, hearing the noises of the engines while the Formula One cars pass by, going to the pits, going inside one of the team's garages, Toro Rosso, like who gets Honda engines, and seeing the Formula One car up close. It was amazing.
So, what would you say we've learned today?
Well, for starters, Honda is such an exciting brand, and they have like long heritage in motorsport that most people don't know about. Like imagine, they started from one man's dream to become this big manufacturer that produces everything from your lawnmower, marine engines, jet planes, and cars we all trust and love. In fact, some of their recent wins can be attributed to the knowledge they've used from some of their other divisions. You see, they have used some of the information and knowledge and technology and reliability used in building the turbines and the jet engines, and took that and used it in the turbos going into the engines of these Formula One cars.
That's remarkable.
That is remarkable.
What
It's
I meant
amazing.
is, what have we learned about the Civic RS?
Oh,
You see, everyone who's ever owned a Civic or currently owns a Civic loves the Civic because it's practical, it's reliable, it's affordable. But what if you wanted a Civic that's a little bit different, a Civic that's a little bit more powerful? Then the Civic RS is the one to go for. Thanks for watching.
bye-bye.